Hello, my name is Corey Apollo Parker. I am 17 years old, and I want more than anything in the world to be an actor and a singer and a creative just in general. And this is the third YouTube channel that I've made in my lifetime that I've posted videos on because the other ones got found by my parents. And so those had to be deleted, which is a little sad because I'm never gonna get those videos back. But this is my new YouTube channel. I sort of just want it to be like a place for me to just talk, because I'm sort of going through a crazy time in my life right now. I will probably be talking about that a lot. This is mainly also just so that I can, look back on these someday, just to see where my headspace was during all of this, and just, to have a little video diary. And if I do end up becoming an actor and people come back and they find this shit, I want you to know that these videos aren't for you. So, these videos are for me to look back on. And if they're cringe, which they're going to be, that's okay. That's okay too, because I don't really care. I know that they're gonna be cringe. I'm just a cringe person. So, let me sort of explain the situation that is going on right now. So, basically, fuck. Give me a second to fucking think. So I got kicked out of my parents' house. Kicked out because I sort of left on my own. Sort of. It was a situation. It was like I had the choice to leave, but it wasn't really much of a choice. And I'm actually at their house right now. But I'm going to be leaving soon. I have been officially not living with them for about 3 months now. And I have been in Oklahoma. I'm originally from Texas, and I'm in Texas right now because we just moved back. I was in Oklahoma. I was living with me and my brother. We're living with my aunt, and she was amazing and great and letting us stay there. But we realized that if we wanted to get an apartment soon enough, it would be really hard to do it because we just weren't finding jobs over there. We were trying really hard to, but we weren't finding jobs over there. And my brother found out that he could just get his job back that he had before over here. So he has that job now, and we don't really have. We're kind of just floating around. We spent a few nights in our car, and then I'm autistic and I'm really heat sensitive, so I was just like, fuck this. Like, it's summer right now. I was like, fuck this. I really need to just like sleep in a bed. And so we've come back to our parents' house to just, sorry. We come back to our parents' house, and it sucks worse than it was before we left. So we're trying to just get out and, and trying again to sleep in our car and shit, which is just hard. It's just really hard. And it's like, I know, like there are people out there that are literally sleeping on the streets, and we have a fucking car, and we have a bunch of people that are willing to give us places to stay, our parents included, and that, I'm so grateful for that. And I know that it's not the end of the world to be sleeping in your car. It's a lot. It's a lot right now. And I never wanted any of this. So it's just, really all that I've been thinking about is I want to go back to doing theater, and I want so badly to just sit down and be able to make and create and perform. That's all I want to do, is I want to perform. Like, I just want to perform so badly. So now that I have a phone, because I never did have one before, because my parents didn't trust me with one, but now I have one and they can't stop me. Now I have a phone and I'm like, wait, I can perform. I could just sit here and talk. So yeah. I do make music. I haven't made any music since we left Oklahoma, because obviously where the fuck am I supposed to work on it? I'm in the car. It's hot as hell. Right now, thankfully, it's not super hot. It's like 6 a.m. because I haven't gone to sleep yet, because I've been waiting for the sun to go up to be able to film, which I'll probably be doing every time that I film. I've been going to work with my brother. He works at a gas station. I've just been sitting in there. And when I haven't been sitting, I've been just outside. And it's hot. And it is hell. It's hell. And then my parents are like, why don't you just come stay at the house while he's working? Because I hate you. How about that? How about because I hate you? Let me actually delve into... Let me delve into why I left, because I feel like, I don't know, I'm very insecure about this shit. I feel like people probably think that I am just, I don't know, people don't understand. People don't understand, and they think I'm just like a fucking brat kid, that doesn't want to follow their parents' rules or anything. It's not that. It's, so, I mean, obviously I'm trans. I'm transgender. My pronouns are he, him. And my parents are very religious. But that's not even why. They had 4 kids. My parents have 4 kids. I'm the youngest of all 4 of them. 3 out of the 4 of them turned out to be very gay. Very gay. I have a trans older sister, and then my middle sibling just came out as gender fluid. So poor parents. I mean, I was the first to be outed, because I couldn't hide it. I could not hide that shit. It was blatant as hell. I couldn't hide that shit. Never could. But the oldest sibling is basically like their star child. They love him the most. He's never hurt them. He has. He's a jerk. He's a bitch. He doesn't like anybody. You know, he's very fake. He probably hates my parents more than any of us do, and he always has. But they don't see that, because he's very manipulative, and he's able to use them for whatever the fuck he wants. And he is a pedophile. He's a pedophile. And he abused me since I was an infant, basically, up until I want to say about 2020 to 2021. I want to say that. I don't know anything for sure. I don't have a lot of memories of all of this. But I mean, I do have some memories. It's just that I think 2020 to 2021, because there is written evidence of him doing shit then. And I'm not his only victim in our family. I don't know about anywhere else, but he was like a camp counselor type shit. Always been weird with little girls, and always been around little girls, and always been putting him in situations where he's around little kids in general. Very strange guy. I don't know how anybody else doesn't see it. I'm sorry, car. But, so basically, these past, 4 years, he outed me to my parents. It was the second time I was outed. the first time my mom found out I was like dating a girl or something in like 7th grade. And then this was like a year or two later. My brother like found my computer with a bunch of shit on it, like messages with my friends and shit. They were calling me Corey, whatever. And so they took me out of school for that. And ever since then, we've had like a bunch of like CPS shit going on. The first time that CPS was called was by my teacher when I didn't come back from school. And then because they knew some shit. Because my parents are abusive as fuck. But that time I didn't, like, I hadn't even fully remembered what had happened with my oldest brother yet, so I didn't bring that up. I should have, but I didn't. Also, because they didn't even take me in another room, really. My parents could still hear me. I was, like, whispering. But the second time I did tell them about the Taylor stuff because I had been talking to my siblings about it because we knew that they were coming. My sister had called them because she came out to my parents and she was pissed at them, so she called CPS on them. And so we knew that it was coming. My parents didn't. And so I had decided that I was going to tell them about my oldest brother. And so there was just a lot of shit going on with that. And my parents have been very not on my side about everything. They just were always making me be around them constantly. And it was so, like, it doesn't make any sense. It's just a hyper-religious thing. And my family is basically a cult with that type of shit. And they would always have him around me. And that is why I sort of left. We had a big argument after a big event sort of had happened regarding him saying a weird joke to me in front of like a family event around our pedophile uncle as well that they always make me around, and they have him sleep in the room next to me and shit. It's weird. It was weird. I don't know why they do this shit. But yeah, so that's what happened. It's not that it was just that I didn't want to be around that shit anymore, and I told them that. And I finally, for the first time, like, my mom tried to, like, I was crying about that shit. I was crying about it the next day after that shit happened. I had been going to theater that day as well, and I was crying all through theater. Everybody's like, "Why are you crying?" I was like, "I can't tell you." Went home and I was crying and I was pissed. I have BPD, so I was pissed. And my mom, she was like, "Come on, we're going in your room," because she's mad that I was crying. She's like, "We're going to your room. Come on, we're gonna have to go talk in your room." And I said no. And she tried to pull my hair, drag me to my room, slapped her hand away. I said, "If you fucking touch me, I'm calling the police." I didn't say fucking. I don't think I've ever cussed in front of my parents, actually. Wait, I should. I have every right to. Yeah. And it's just a big, so after me acting like that, saying no and shit, and like pushing her hand away and saying I'd call the police, I knew that I could never, ever be back in that house without things being completely changed. And at this point, they also had been like threatening to take our doors off. They had been putting cameras all around the house. They put surveillance on the Wi-Fi so that they could see all of our internet activity. Mind you, I wasn't even allowed to have that shit. Like, I wasn't supposed to have my computer or anything, because, except for school. I'm fucking 17. I'm fucking 17 years old. I wasn't allowed to do shit. Oh my god. And I got out of there, and now I'm back, and now I'm upset again. And it's not like I stopped. Whoa. It's not like I stopped, like, being upset about that shit when I left. I was gone for, like, 3 months. I was away from it. Coming back here is, like, a fucking nightmare. It's like a horror movie. Sleeping in that bed again and just being in that house, it's like a horror movie. It's insane. And I don't know, I'm just waiting for this all to be over. Sort of. I'm waiting for us to get our apartment. I'm waiting for me to be able to do auditions and start trying to make this shit work, because I really, like, I want to work in that field so bad. So badly. I'm not gonna say I want it worse than anybody. I'm not. It's just I feel like it's all that I've ever wanted. It's all that I've ever been able to think about. And as I've gotten older, I've realized I'm in a really bad position for this shit to come to fruition. But I would just want to do everything in my power for it to happen, because I just want it to happen so bad. And I feel like I don't know. I feel like I don't know what I would do if it didn't happen, you know? I've tried to work jobs. I'm really bad at jobs. I'm autistic. I'm severely mentally ill. I have the mentality of a child sometimes, and I can't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I've never ever imagined myself working a normal job. I don't think that I could do it. And so as I've gotten older, I've gotten more and more scared that it's never going to happen, because my parents would never ever let me have any opportunity. And every time I would get an opportunity for something good to come to me in terms of acting and singing and all of that, they would just take it away from me, because they didn't want me to do that shit. Like, they don't want me to do that shit. But like, it's all that I want to do. It's all that I've ever wanted to do. So I really want it to happen, and I'm really waiting for the day that all of this is going to just slow down for a minute so that I can make shit happen. You know what I'm saying? And I want to do this shit as soon as I possibly can, because and I'm trying. That's what this is I'm trying really hard to get in the headspace of making and creating and putting shit out into the world, just so that I can, so that I can feel like I'm doing something, because I feel like I'm not doing anything. And I'm trying my fucking hardest. I really am. And I know that nobody's gonna see this video. And that's okay. That's okay. But if you do see this video, please, subscribe and like and all that shit. Go to my other socials. I'm Corey Apollo Parker on everything. All caps on YouTube and SoundCloud, and then lowercase on TikTok. I post a lot on TikTok. Because that's just easy. That's like I pull up my phone and this I have to fucking time it. Yes. That's me. Happy to meet me. I'm sure you are. I don't know what else to add. And it's kind of a long video, so I'm just gonna maybe leave it at that. Yeah. I have been Corey. And thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Fuck. Okay.